I want it back. Give it back. I want it back. Give it back. I want it back. Now you know what I'm talking about.
Bug out bag, 72-hour bag, the get out of Dodge or good bag. There's a ton of names, but they all have the same purpose. And that purpose is to make sure you have everything you need in case you have some inclement weather of hurricane or tornado. You have everything you need to try to survive and better the odds in case you have to literally flee from your home or your place of employment. Whether it be riots or terrorism, the whole goal is to either give you a chance, better chance of survival, or your family. We're going to focus on the get home bag. The get home bag is the lighter of all the bags that you would have, and definitely try to keep it the least conspicuous. It's something that you would carry with you pretty much all the time, especially if you're in a job that, like mine, that requires me to be in different places. And I necessarily might not be close to home or my central part of work. You want to stick with neutral colors. You want to get bags that have MOLLE attachments, but don't go overboard with attaching things, because once again, that's going to bring attention to yourself. You kind of want to blend in. You want to have a bag that doesn't really stand out. You want to have the neutral colors, and you would prefer to have a bag with padded shoulders, something that would make it comfortable. But the goal is to pack this thing as light as possible. Your only goal is to try to get home. Within a 30 to 40 mile radius is what you should be shooting at. Anything further than that, then you're probably going to have to pack more, and you'll probably need to have a bigger bag. And that's just your particular situation. I'm going to show you what I do and why I do it. And I'm going to show you the bag that I use. And hopefully it helps you. Hopefully it gives you ideas. And this is the bag that we're going to go into. It's the Malaga or Malaga, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, by Maxpedition. And I have the green version. You can also get black. And I would, you really want to stay with browns, blacks, and greens. There's tons of variations of how you can use this bag, and it's definitely one of my favorites, and I would recommend for a good get-home bag. Not too big, it has great weight distribution, and I even learned while doing this research you could use a little water pouch right through the strap right there, as you can see. So here we go. The get home bag. This is the one that you would have if you tend to be, I would say, if you're about 30 to 40 miles away from where your home is. You want something that if you have to go on foot, God forbid, that you're going to be able to get there. And you're going to have all the different things you'll need. So you're going to be packing light in this situation, and the lighter the better. But you want to focus on the three things that all the bags will focus on. The biggest, most important thing: shelter, food, water. And then you add the fourth one, which would be fire. Because it really kind of falls in line with keeping warm. It falls in line with your food and water for boiling. You got to make a rolling boil before you're able to drink some water that you might have got out of some source, whatever, a lake or whatever. You want to make sure you boil it fully. So in order to do that, you need some form of fire or some kind of stove or whatnot to do so. I'll go into some of the reasons why I chose this bag. Right off the bat, you'll notice that you have these attachment here. They're called MOLLE attachments, for those of you who don't know what that is. Basically, it's a way to attach other packs to your pack. I use the ITS Tactical MOLLE attachment. It's nice and lightweight. What you do is you weave it in and out, and then you'll have another pack that you want to attach. This is my map and compass carrying case, which I usually have mounted on the pack like this. And you weave it in and out of the same kind of straps, so that way you can attach and remove very quickly. And what I liked about these is you can detach very quickly. Just pull this and it comes right off. And it's a great thing that you want to have on your bags, is MOLLE attachments when you're choosing your bag. One of the things I loved about this is it's very well made. It's got that tough, almost like duck material, and it's got plenty of straps, and there's a lot of double stitching for strength. It's become one of my favorite bags, and I usually will use this for hiking as well. And I'll just remove the items, and it's just easy to take out and put back in. There's just tons of different straps that are on this bag. It's endless. An endless amount of combinations that you can use. One thing I really liked was this right here, where you can put like a bedroll type of thing, or some tarp. You can attach it, and it basically is adjusted by here. And if this ever breaks, you can always use paracord as a way of using the same thing. It's kind of an elastic type band. It is pretty inconspicuous. You don't want to, unless you live out in the boonies, or if people are used to seeing people with camouflage on, you don't want to go with camo, because it just stands out. It's like, what the heck's this dude walking around New Jersey with a camo bag? And it just makes things look suspicious. You don't want a whole bunch of stuff hanging off of it, bringing attention to yourself. You want to keep it as inconspicuous as possible, and that's why I went with this. It can be used if I don't want to be seen and I'm out in the woods. I don't have a bright red and orange bag like they sell in a lot of the emergency stores. I mean, you can go with an inexpensive regular little backpack type thing if you want. I just got something that's a little bit more heavy duty, because Murphy's Law says things are going to fail when you don't want them to, in the worst possible scenarios. It has a padded shoulder pad, and that's something you want to keep in mind. You want something that's padded. And I like this even more because it had the holes for ventilation here from when you're sweating and if it's hot out. You have tons of different attachments here where you can take a carabiner and attach things with whatever, whatever need that you have. It is chock full of pockets upon pockets. You got the draining hole at the bottom in case things get, this is water resistant, it's not waterproof. You have these pockets here. You have just tons of different areas where you can store things, you lift this up, there's another pocket underneath here. And there's Velcro, like I know some people attach like different patches and stuff. To me the Velcro would be something, a way to patch, attach things if I had to, but I don't really see a need for it for myself. But, you turn it around to the back end of the pack, and you have some more spaces to put things in. So in that inner pocket you have another zipper mesh pocket here, tons of pockets inside with mesh as well, and it goes pretty deep in there. And that's pretty much it. It has these tie-offs, which you can make yourself with paracord and knotting, obviously. Now I've tested this thing out. I've walked pretty good distance, about 15 miles with this thing fully stocked the way I normally do. And I plan on doing hiking with the same amount of weight on there. I'll probably have different items. I'm going to put different items based on what I'm going to be doing, hiking or whatever. But anyway, it comes right off, you know, very easily. You know, it's instantaneous, so I can literally, if I need to get it off very quickly, instead of like trying to get like the straps off or whatever, I can just literally, and now suddenly I can go right to carry mode like this. It just adds an extra dexterity to my movements. And I combine my EDCs, or everyday carry items, with this as well. Now this stays with me wherever I go, whether I'm at work, in the office, or when I go into my work truck, it goes with me always. It's kind of a joke with my coworkers, but when you start going into details of why you do it, it opens up conversation. It opens up, and a lot of them at first think you're crazy, but when you know how to really express why you do these things and you give them all the different facts, they start to think, and hopefully you get them to prep too. So it's a good thing. Now this pack also has, you know, a pouch in the back end here, like so. It goes all the way to the bottom. You also have another attachment. I'm not quite sure what you would use this for, but it's just another place where you can Velcro attach something. So and you could detach the strap to either end, so it's ambidextrous. You also got another big attachment ring in the back, and this pouch in the back has a little snap to snap it in if you want. So just tons of different pockets and different things. Just the attachments to fasten and secure your bag a little bit more you have here on the sides. And this also could be a place where you can put something here to secure it, mount a knife or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't do that based on, this is my get home bag, and the get home bag is, like I said, trying to be as inconspicuous as possible, as light as possible. You want to go with a 30 mile, 40 mile range. 30 miles your target. That's what you kind of want, and you'll pack. Anything above 30 miles, I would really consider weight as your biggest enemy. And you focus on the four main things that you're going to need. You're going to need shelter, you're going to need food, and you're going to need water. And kind of with that, it wraps around with all those three, is that fourth one, which is fire or heat. Way to maintain and cook or whatever you have to do. So fire, shelter, food, water are like your biggest things, and you're literally going to follow that same recipe as you go up in the bigger scopes of bags. Those are the most important things. We live in a dangerous world, so you got to keep that in mind. I mean, you don't live in fear, but you live to prepare for any type of scenario. That way, if something ever does come up, you can have an immediate reaction to whatever's happening and possibly save your life and other people as well. So that's it, and I don't know, I would try it out. It was worth every penny, and I love it. It's my favorite bag. Here's some other variations of what, you know, with the pockets and everything. The next video is going to go into what I put into my get home bag, and hopefully this helps. I wish I can go into more detail and take more time with this, but I can't. So do your best, let God do the rest, and we'll see you in the next video, part 2, on the gear.